my YouTubers, my posse, how are you? I'm doing good today. The sun's out in Michigan, which I'm happy about. Today I'm really excited to do this collaboration with my gal, Wendy. Wendy was with me practically at the first of my subscribers. She's one of my original posses. I know there's some other ones that I will give you a shout out to one day. Wendy and I have just become really good friends. We've emailed back and forth. We have a lot of the same things going on, a lot of the same happiness, a lot of the same stresses. And she is just a super awesome gal. If you really want to learn some things on natural makeups and natural things, Wendy's your girl. She does lots of things. She does hauls and which I need to do, and just has a lot of great things to tell you about natural makeups and things, which I should also do. I should take your advice, Wendy. And she is at mylife_Wendy, and I will put her link in the description box below. I think you'll really enjoy her soothing personality, and she plays this music in the background, which is really soothing, so it's a win-win. Anyway, so her and I decided to just talk about 3 things maybe that you didn't know about us. I'm pretty much of an open book, so I had to really think about this because anyway, but 3 things that you might not have known about me. The first thing is that I have 6 children. We have 8 grandchildren, and we have 2 great-grandchildren. As you all know, I was divorced. This is my second marriage, so I came into the marriage with 2 children. He came into the marriage with 3 children, and we had 1 daughter together who is the mom of Bella and Hayden. And so at one time we were the Brady Bunch, but like all kids, they pick up and they move out of state, and my daughter's the only one that stayed here, and I don't think she realizes that when she was born we hypnotized her and said, "You will not move, you will not move." So anytime somebody snaps their finger around her, I run to protect her in case she comes out of it. I don't know, but anyway, she's here with us, and I'm blessed at that. And second thing that you don't know about me is that I'm an overthinker, really an overthinker at 3 o'clock in the morning when I wake up at night and I can't go back to sleep. And I think about everything anybody ever did to me through the year. It could be 20 years ago. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, they're fair game with me. I've told more people off at 3 o'clock in the morning than I have in my whole life for real. Yeah, so anybody at 3 o'clock, I just overthink it, and I think, I should have said this. I'm gonna call them, and hey, they did this to me, and I just overthink everything, and I overthink things that don't even happen. Things that could happen, that might happen, at 3 o'clock in the morning, they happen to me, and they're gonna happen to me. It's a bad thing that I do. I can't stand it. And then I get up in the morning, and my husband always goes, "How was your night?" And I go, "Well, it was okay till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I thought about, your sister-in-law or this, or remember when she did that to me?" And he'd say, "That's 25 years ago." I go, "Yeah, I know, and I told her off." And he goes, "Do you feel better?" I go, "Yeah, I do, as a matter of fact." He goes, "Well, then it was worth staying awake for." I'm like, yeah, it was. So yeah, I'm an overthinker, and I do not like that quality about me, but I really don't know how to change it. It's just the way it is. And the other thing is that as crazy as I am, and I do have a lot of fun with life, I'm really emotional. I am just I'm like sometimes a crybaby, and it's really hard to be a crybaby when you're mad, because you just want to get the point across to somebody, like, "Yeah, well, how about this?" And then I start to cry, and it ruins the whole thing, my madness. It's like they look at me and think, "Well, she's crying, she must be wrong." But yeah, I'm really emotional, and I'm very emotional about my grandkids. I'll be thinking, sometimes just sitting thinking about them growing up and their life, and I'll be like, so yeah, I'm just a real emotional girl. So anyway, that's my 3 things that about me that you didn't know. And then Wendy and I were going to talk a little bit about how we met our husband. She said she was going to try to keep hers to 10 minutes. Guys, have a cup of coffee real quick. I'll wait for you. But anyway, how I met my husband. Well, listen, I've been married almost 45 years. And 9 years ago, when I was divorced with 2 little kids, we didn't have online dating. And I mean, there was just no place you could just actually comfortably meet guys unless you were actually face to face with them someplace. And you know, you had your bar that you would go to that my mom hated, and my mom used to always tell me like, oh, just go to the grocery store and you'll meet a guy. I go, I hate grocery shopping. I'm not even in a good mood when I go to the grocery store. She goes, oh, but you'll see usually guys that shop at the grocery store are, you know, bachelors, and you'll find one. No, meeting somebody at the grocery store was not my cup of tea. So I was just this mom, and I worked every day, and you know, my sons were small, and I met this guy, which I wish I knew where he was, but they called him Mushhead, and he said to me, you need to get your kids into sports. You need to get your son into some sports. He's around women all day, blah, blah. Anyway, I was like, yeah. He said, let me give you a card, and, you know, get your son in baseball. And I'm like, yeah. So he gave me the card. I put it on my dashboard at home, in the car, I mean, and I saw it there every day, and I looked at it, and I thought, oh, gosh, if I put him in sports, that means I actually got to take him and then go pick him up, and I got all this to do, and I'm a divorced mom, and I work, and so one day I was driving home, and I had a really bad morning with my son. Just this argument, because we argued about his clothes every morning. I don't want to wear that. I don't want to wear it. It's from Kmart. I used to have to cut all his tags out of his clothes, but anyway, so we had this argument in the morning, and I was feeling really bad, and I thought, God, he had all girl teachers, and it was me and my mom were always around him, and so I was coming home from work, and I saw this card on my console, and I picked it up, and I thought, oh gosh, I better go register him. So I turned the car around, went back to this guy's house, and I said, hi, I'm, blah, blah. I'm here to register my son for baseball. And he goes, oh, that's really good. We're just closing registration, and we can use them. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I registered him for baseball, and he gave me the number of the coach to call. He said, call him, and he'll tell you where to meet and everything. I'm like, okay. So I called him, and we chatted on the phone. And I said, well, how will I know you? And he says, well, I'm Coach da-da-da. And I said, okay, I'll be there. I'll have a red rose in my teeth. Go figure, crazy me. So I did. I showed up with a red rose in my teeth, and he came over to me, and he goes, oh, you must be Barbara. I go, yeah, that's me. He goes, okay, I'm Coach, T. And I go, okay. So anyway, we chatted, and, he had my son as one of his players, and, every night after practice, we would talk a little bit and get to know each other. And my son actually loved him, so he was trying to set us up. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I'm all done with guys. I'm all done with dating, which will be another video. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I said, nah, I don't think so. So I don't know. It was like a month and a half later, and he asked me to go out, and I said reluctantly, all right. So we went out and had our first date, and then he asked me out again, and we had our second date, and on the second date he asked me to marry him. And I was like, really? So, and he was super good to my son, and he was great to my little one, who then was like 4, and I knew he had 3 children of his own, and that was okay. And so we just blended our families. I mean, his children didn't live with us, but he was just a great stepdad to my boys. And I said yes, and here we are, almost 45 years later. And he's still a wonderful, wonderful husband and a wonderful stepdad and a great dad to our daughter. And I couldn't be more proud to be called his wife. So, hey, Denny. See if I can get him. He hates this. Hey, Dad. Yeah. This is my this is my man. Let's see. Hurry up. Come over here and say hello. And this is my husband of 45 years. So what do you think of me still after 45 years, oh sweet man?
You're the best.
I'm the best. What do you call me? You call me your what?
Babe.
Babe in YouTube.
YouTube queen.
He calls me the YouTube queen. He goes, "What are you doing, YouTube queen? What are you thinking about?" Right?
That's right.
So he's my shy guy. Getting him in front of a camera is like amazing. But he's my, come here, baby. He's my wonderful guy. How many years we've been married, sweetheart?
Going on 45.
Going on 45. See, what's our wedding anniversary?
April 20th.
Aha, see, he's good. So that's my man, and that's how we met. And I hope this was a fun video for you. Bend down, they can't see you. Bye. And it was fun doing this collab with you, Wendy. And Wendy and I email a lot. We've become really good buddies. So go pay her a visit and tell her I sent you. And I love you guys. I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me. And see you next time. Bye.